How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Greetings, Ada. As the lilies are doing their work, I've got some more challenging duties for you. I want you to interview a vampire. Before you get the wrong idea, no, this isn't a mercenary contract. You'll have to keep your weapon sheathed. An isolated group of vampires was recently spotted near Akamora. What brings me to focus on these creatures is that a proper study on vampires in Morrowind is long overdue, and they provide a perfect opportunity to remedy this while possibly furthering my own research on the enchanted amulet as well. Since they've separated from the main congregation of vampires in the region, I'm inclined to think they might be more cooperative than the rest of their ilk. We can't have them come to the guild themselves. Aside from politics, they likely wouldn't trust us. However, that could perhaps change if this initial contact works out well, and given time. Simply put, I want you to go to them, and ask them these questions on vampirism. Here, I've written down the questions you must ask. The vampires have settled in Crypt. Before you leave, go see Francine, she'll have supplies for you. You shouldn't expect to get something out of a vampire unless they're compelled, so I trust you are able to cast such magic as to calm or charm them. You should also have a recall spell ready in case their cooperativeness wanes. Remember that you are under no circumstances to kill them. Think of the possibilities for further study if you succeed. Crypt is southeast of Akamora, but there is no pathway towards it beyond Tamriel Manor. You'd better take a silt strider to Salin. From there head north, but rather than follow the road, immediately turn west and follow the mountain till you've passed under an arch with a smaller one behind it. Turn north shortly after, while looking left for another mountainous formation within which the crypt is nestled. If you reach the Velathai shrine of Tirur Manu, you're on the wrong side of that mountain. You are the one who slayed him, aren't you? You've become a bit of a hero for the locals, Ada. You must remember the amulet I'd sent you to purchase. I've conducted a careful analysis of its enchantment. It turned out to be quite intricate, and intrinsically more powerful than expected. As I was looking for alternative approaches to replicating its properties, I remembered that this resistance to base weapons is popularly attributed to some creatures, and one of the few ascertained superstitions regarding vampires is that they, too, are thus exceptionally resistant.
Have you come for technical advice, Ada? Or can you find the time to work on some duties? These scrolls will help you ward yourself against the beasts without harming them. The calming spell will hold any vampire followers at bay, although if it comes to an old one, I can't guarantee it'll be enough. You might have to resort to your own abilities. Good luck, Ada, and do come back safely. I think I may require your assistance again after you are done with this assignment.
Reverence. Honor lurks, searching for a fold to settle in. Forming a pattern midst thorns and fertile trees.
What should we talk about?
The red rose of time. Horatio Gargonath. Oh, you, who...
Tell the new stone.
Your kind are not welcome here in Nakamura.
Please,
Walk with
give me a
virtue,
moment.
Outlander.
I've
Your
just
actions
returned from
precede you,
Evos,
Outlander.
and I
I've
had a
heard
very
good
frightening
things
encounter
about
with
you.
that old lunatic, Nellen Fathys. I'm quite shaken up about it. Evos is a small mining village to the south of Ceylon. It used to be a training camp for Indoral guards, but Burldas Rarvin had the place refitted with communal housing and a smithy. Nellen Fathys is a mute that lives in the southern hills. They say he's an old and powerful healer. He's been very aggressive as of late. We still try to bring him food sometimes. He is our elder, after all, and we should respect that. But lately, the locals fear for their safety. Nellen attacks anyone he sees. I'm sure one of the guards could tell you more. The bloodline they belong to, which are their powers? Do weaknesses vary within clans, and if so, which are they? Resistance to basic, unenchanted weapons exhibited by all known species. How? Limitations. This is not typical of the undead. Are vampires truly undead? Possible cause of resistance is from Daedric origin. Are they fully materialized in Mundus, or still linked to Cold Harbor? How are their relations with creatures from Daedric plains? Inquire on feeding habits, e.g. thirst for blood. Is it ever sated? Are powers affected when starving? Assuming sunlight-induced candescence is confirmed, any effective protections, and to what extent? You have come here to speak? Speak then, Dark Elf, if you must. I am Natasia, a blood-sucking corpse. I once died, and joined the clan responsible for my death. With them I had carried on for centuries, undecided on what features of life or unlife I was to parody, when I was cast out along with the fools I'd sired. Now we put our great curse to good use, hiding even from our own. If it is power you seek, you should look elsewhere. There is nothing formidable about the curse bestowed upon us. A study, you say? Your curiosity is misplaced, but fine. Ask your questions and let us be done. Not content to be cursed, we are now outcasts as well. We were once of the Berne clan, and as such we retain the more furtive features and underhanded inclinations of the Berne, though we are no longer welcome among them. Do I look alive to you, Dark Elf? I care little how you classify those affected by the disease. I know I have died. We hunger always. Starvation will make a vampire more desperate and daring, even mindless not stronger. Besides the thirst, our wounds cannot mend without drinking fresh blood. Of course. By staying out of it. Why would we have anything to do with oblivion? Thirst and hunger do addle our minds, but we would feast on cultists before even thinking of joining them. Daedra aren't prey, so they are of no interest to us either. The frailty to rare metals is part of our curse. They hurt our blood, as do fire and sunlight. Why do you bother asking? That amount of time your mind could not conceive. Vampirism is first caught in the same way as a common disease, and can also be inflicted by magic. Although few would purposely convert their prey, let alone admit to doing it, it can be transmitted when one feeds without killing. However, cattle kept by the clans have their blood so mingled that, for all it's worth to the wretches, they become immune. We will not speak of this. That does not concern you. Enough. I've answered your questions, Dark Elf, though I wouldn't have had you not affected my mind with magic. That I will not hold against you. No, I would rather ask of you a favor. Before you leave, you must kill me. This life, or unlife, however you call it, I tire of it, yet cannot end it myself. Instinct will soon take over your trickery, and again. No. No more of this endless starving. Hurry now. You will kill me. If you don't, you will die at my hand.
Oh, friend, how about a potion today?
Have you obtained the answers to my questions on vampirism, journeyman? Well done. This information will prove crucial to our understanding vampirism, and there will be more to learn still. This is but a first step when it comes to knowledge of the Morrowind species. On a more practical note, these answers aren't exactly what I expected, but they give me an idea. A vampire's imperviousness is in essence still a curse, is it not? Come back in a few days' time, Ada. I have an experiment to conduct, and I think I'll have something for you then. You're free to carry out other duties in the meantime. Congratulations. You are now officially Ada, the Evoker. Study diligently and perform your duties. Mage's Guild, interview with a vampire. Reynosa wants me to interrogate a vampire. I am to speak to a stray group of these creatures staying in Mugen Crypt, and ask them the questions on vampirism she wrote down for me. She expects me not to fight nor destroy them so that they may be studied in the future, though the vampires will no doubt have very different provisions in mind. I received 2 enchanted scrolls from Francine Aldred which might prove useful. However, she hinted that pacifying an old vampire would require a more powerful spell. I have obtained the vampire's answers to all of Reynosa's questions. Reynosa was pleased to learn the vampire's answers. She told me to come back and see her in a few days.